Today at Certified 911, we're going to talk about doing a cap change on the ODO field meter and probe. And we're going to start out just by explaining when you would typically do a cap change. You typically do a cap change if your cap is more than a year old, if you've had erroneous readings, if calibration isn't holding, or if you actually see some physical damage on the cap. I'm going to take our cap and turn it counterclockwise. And a couple of things I want you to notice is to protect water from breaching inside the cap, there is both a white O-ring and also there is a gasket. And when you take a look at, if you're doing a cap change, and if you see that the O-ring is damaged, you need to carefully remove the O-ring. And what you can do without using a tool is just take a paper clip, and if you can just carefully get underneath and pull the old O-ring off, and then you can take your new O-ring and just gently place it over back into the groove. And when you do, you want to make sure you put a little bit of O-ring grease, and you want to be cautious because you want to put just a little bit on, just so you can barely see it when it's on, and make sure you wipe any off. And when you're putting on the new cap, you're going to be using, if you're using the field probe, part number 626320. And after you have verified that the O-ring is good or put on a new O-ring, you can put on your new cap. You can make sure, take a lens cleaning cloth and clean the sensor end and inside the new cap, and then you can put it on and just screw it on clockwise. And the next step we're going to do is how to change the coefficient numbers in your meter. Once you have the new sensor cap installed, take out the sensor cap instruction sheet that came with the cap, and you're going to notice that there's a series of 6 numbers that we need to input into the meter. And to do that, just go to your meter and you're going to hit the probe soft key, second from the left, and then you're going to hit enter at DO, which is the top of the menu. Then you're going to go scroll all the way down with your bottom arrow to sensor cap, and do that one more time at this next menu. You're going to go to sensor cap coefficients, and what you're going to do is each of the 6 series, you're just going to hit the enter when it's highlighted, and you're going to enter the new coefficients. So I'm going to do the first one for you, so you know how to do it, and you're just going to use your up and down arrows, navigate to the letter or number that you want. My first one I want to do C, so I navigated to C. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to navigate to 0 and hit enter, and then over to 1, hit enter, and then I'm going to go to up to D, hit enter, then I'm going to go down and hit 6, enter, 7, enter, and then I'm going to go down to B, enter, and then up to D, enter. And then once I have that first series, I'm just going to go down to the enter button, onto the enter, and then just hit enter the key. And so just did the first series. You're going to do the rest of the series like that, and once you're done entering all the series, just go down to update coefficients, which is right down below, and then hit the enter button, and then just agree, hit yes, and a message says updating coefficients. If for some reason that you misentered a number wrong, which is common it'll give you an error message, and simply all you have to do is just go back and just take a look at where you could have made a mistake. And so you don't have to worry about making a mistake, because with that checksum at the bottom, it'll automatically tell you if you have an error. And so if you've entered the numbers correctly, it just takes you back to the read screen. So hope this information was helpful on how to replace a sensor.